Am I back? I'm back. I'm back. Hi. I have 8 minutes. Dude, please get me back to 31. I know this is not how you want to win. I'd like my time back, please. Hi, yeah, previous stream got cut short due to random fire alarm going off, but I'm back, and I now have 24 less minutes on my clock. I'm not... Viper, please, dude. Alright, thank you, Viper, thank you. You'd like to apologize? What are you apologizing for in this instance? Sorry if it's obvious, my brain's just not working right now. Not immediately. Thank you. And back to Zen mode. Through Haylern. Oh, well, thank you. You know, I appreciate that. And, you know, I always appreciate change. I always appreciate people acknowledging that. Alright. I gotta play chess now. I gotta beat this guy. Do I go bishop d3 to kind of induce this capture? Is that good? But I just lose a tempo. No, he's probably trying to go bishop f6. I go queen c2. Can't be bad. No, except it can be. Queen c2 is very bad. Because then he can just take on d5. Bishop e7, what was the move? Like, just h5 maybe? I was thinking knight g5. Queen b3 maybe? The fire isn't alarmed anymore. Oh wait, I forgot that because I couldn't pin the chat message from last time. Hold on. Um. Points and draws being worth 1.5. Catch up after games. Please frame needs suggestions. There you go. I had to type that. That was important. Hello? Do you guys hear me? I saw Discord, you know, I saw Sazon, you were saying you couldn't hear me. The audio was gone. I'll just make sure that's okay. Don't worry, I'm still calculating, kind of. I also briefly considered d6, bishop f6, but I just don't want to allow that. Maybe like bishop g5, and if f6 happens, then maybe d6 is some kind of weird tactical shot I can do. Okay, thank you, Lithium. I'm thinking I can do some crazy stuff with this knight, like maybe like some crazy sacrifices. But that's also probably just a bad idea. Okay, I'll go bishop g5. Time to focus. Do I want to take that? That's the question. I'm also obviously thinking of just not protecting it, which would be really cool if it worked. I'm thinking, what if d6, bishop f6, and then I just go like queen c2 and just let it hang. My main issue is b takes c4. Like d6, d6 here, queen c2, bc4, bishop c4, and I mean this still works. And how good is that really? It doesn't look that great. What if I just play king f1, to be honest? No, but then still bc. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play king f1. Get off the e file. Still have the h rook. Knight g5 ideas in the future. Okay, he just takes. Bishop a6 is a common idea. And then I was thinking if I just take it and go queen d3, it's a pretty difficult decision for black as to what to do. Like maybe queen d6. And then what if I go knight g5 and like try to sack the... that might be a bit too ambitious. Oh, okay. Solid move. Now if I go queen e2, that both stops bishop a6. That stops a piece from going a6 entirely and threatens the e6 pawn. Which looks good. He might try to shut it down with e5. And then, yes, he might have a strong initiative there. So I'm not sure what I actually have. Queen d3 is another option. He could still go for e5. Maybe rook h3. A lot of ideas. Maybe even g4 at some point if he locks the position. Maybe rook b1, just simple move. He'll probably lock it down. Okay, what about if I go for this idea of rook b1, e5, queen b3, bishop a6, trading, going here, forcing a queen trade. He trades, and I'm down a pawn in that position, but his knight is stuck. Oh, the problem is he just has rook b8, rook fb8. Like, I could get that position, but have that extra element of time, maybe. How would I pull that off? We can start with rook b1. See what he does, pass the booth back, see if he commits to locking the position. Because there's a huge difference to if he goes bishop a6 immediately, trying to circumvent threats in the future. I am also threatening to take, and then take, because the bishop hangs at the end. But then he has queen a2. A lot of stuff for him to consider. Let's see what he commits to. Ah, okay, so he takes... you almost have this cool move. But first of all, there's a check, which kind of kills the momentum. But even then, like, the rook is still trapped. But the problem is you can just bring the knight out. And then you just look like a complete idiot. Like queen a4, rook c8, like none of it works. So I will just be very calmly taking back. Yeah, that all made sense. He's playing pretty quickly as usual. I could switch it up completely, just bring this rook to e1, try to put pressure on d6, so the problem is I don't really have pressure. I can go to d1 and just try to win this pawn. I mean, it actually looks pretty unguardable. Like, how actually does he protect that? That could be the point where I cash in. The problem is he can get so much activity. Like, I win the pawn, and first of all, he just has the check, and I'm gonna lose my rook, probably. Or everything. And if this happens, and I waste a move, he just goes rook b6. And the rook infiltration is a problem no matter what. I definitely screwed this up because I had a great position. Now we gotta keep moving. Problem is, if I don't have the one move I'm looking for. Like g3, knight f6, just kicks my queen back. Don't really have a lot to show for it. Like queen back to d3. You can't go queen oh no, you can go queen e4, just forces a queen trade. Okay, I mean, obviously rook b7 is the move that occurred first in my mind, but I thought just this. Then again, I don't have to take that. I could then just go g3. Also, you might just be able to play knight f6 anyway. Let's make sure I'm not stupid first. I don't want to let him force a queen trade. That'd be really bad. Not the move I expected and played very quickly. He's probably trying to pressure me on the clock. And by probably, I mean that is most definitely what he's doing. Alright. Let's convert all the plans to the king side. He's playing extremely fast. That's what he does. What do I do after king h8? That is not king h8. Why did I not even think of that move? I mean, just this, probably? And I think his knight is misplaced if I can coordinate my pieces. Ah, he's tempting me. Can't tell if he's scared or if he would actually take this. But I might like this position better than if he would have played king h8. So maybe rook f4. Rook f4, just rook e8. He's trading the pieces. It's like, I know he's not actually going to repeat because he hates draws, but he might play king h8. And I don't really have a target. Now king h8 loses the game immediately, I think. It might not lose immediately. No, I think it loses immediately. I hope so. It'd be tragic if it didn't. But yeah, so rook e8. Don't think I can trade the rooks. Oh, what the? Again, a move I didn't even think about. Now, can I sack? That's the thing. It all comes down. Can I sack the rook and win? Because that would be sick. Problem is he gets the trade just in time. I don't have enough. At least I don't think I do. Okay, what about 95? That's a possibility. I'm spending too much time, but this is such a critical position. Okay, rook e5, rook e8, rook ef5. I'm leaving my king dangerously exposed, but if it works, it'd be pretty cool. my god. Oh my god, how do I do that? It's embarrassing. God, I just got killed. Yeah, this isn't great. Maybe he'll go here and hang his rook, you never know. Just forgets his hanging. There are very few ways he can mess this up now. Let's hope he finds one of them. Yes, Lithian, yes he does. Oh my god, he played that? Unreal. I didn't even think about it. Because it just looks like it hangs rook f7. But it doesn't. And it just ends the game. No more tricks. Unreal, man. I was gonna joke about that move being a blunder and how he could mess it up that way. God, like, how does he find everything so easily? So frustrating. Doesn't have to think. And he's terrible at blitz. I don't get it. I genuinely will never understand him. I'm just trying to find a trick. Any trick. Literally anything. Couldn't find one. Spent all that time looking for a trick. There were no tricks. I was about to say he does all that, then isn't playing the winning move instantly. Yeah, just play it so we can analyze. God. I'm already completely dead lost here? Yeah, great. Yeah, just calculated this. And even this is bad. And yeah, of course he finds rook d5. Like, my god. Wait, bishop g5 is already bad? I have to go rook b1 here. Oh, I forgot my prep. Oh, didn't realize I had prep in this position. Like, I forgot about it. But no, you gotta immediately go. Yeah, and then you can actually just kind of. However, even this is fine. If you try to take, you lose here, and you can go rook b5 or this apparently. c4. It still felt like I had some. Oh, I could have played bishop h6 here. Oh, and rook king f1. Oh, I wanted to play all these moves, but b takes c4 stopped me. Wow. Wait. My first instinct was actually right. You can lose this. But yeah, you can't take back. That's the thing. You have to go bishop h7. And then if you take, you trade, and queen b1 check picks up the... Yeah, no, he's joking. He had 94. Oh my god, that's insane. Oh, I could have played king f1 against bishop h7, and then you would play d6. And if he trades, you still go queen b1 and pick it up. And if he doesn't trade, you go bishop b1. Yeah, I wanted to play this move, but the problem is he can just go here. I don't have enough. If I had the one extra move, I played this, I was thinking knight e5. But first of all, I just never saw this knight e4 idea for some reason. Like, d5 is a... to play d5 in the middle of all this mess instead of just the very natural move, that's what's crazy to me. It isn't the technique at the end. It's the fact that in the face of a very simple trade that is also the best move, like it's pretty much tied, it is the most natural human thing to do in this position. He never did it. He never played the most natural defensive move that neutralizes everything. He found the d5 concrete solution to play knight e4. And yeah, then I'm just dumb, but I actually calculate some funny stuff where I was like, can I play something crazy like this because you can't take, and if you go back, I'm knight g6. Yeah, see, I know you, and I know you were not about to make this draw. If I went back, you were gonna play king h8. Except actually, you know, natural moves aren't your thing apparently, so you'd play top stockfish move g5, that's what I'm guessing. Just allow this. Because you have queen g3. Oh, queen g3. Oh, I completely missed that. I'd say d5 to defend this pawn tactically by attacking the rook. Oh my god, if you would have played that. If you would have played that, man, then you're cheating, alright? Like, you played a great game. Dude, if you would have played d5 in this position, you stockfish 100% banned from the website. Like, there's no way that was legit if you play d5 in that position. Like, actually just stockfish if you play this move. God, I just was wrong so early because I just forgot the move. I was so used to people like taking here, and then you can play like all on g5 and stuff, and like it's more open. But he didn't take on c4 until later. Even here, well, that hangs a pawn. But what's another example move? Like even like bishop. No, let's like a6. Yeah. a6, then you go bishop g3, you go to this knight g5. But yeah, I really should have at least tried something like this, because let's say he plays like f5 because he gets scared. All of a sudden he's got some weaknesses. I mean, it still looks like I should have no business doing anything, but I do, apparently. This thing is the strongest opponent I have to prepare for. At least I made you prepare. I made a poster instead. I wonder, well, now I'm scared about what does he have with white? Yeah, Viper, like, I'm glad even you with your insane classical strength are willing to admit that you can't beat me. Like, yeah, like, at least you're not saying you could beat me with, like, f6 or a5. At least you respect me. At least you're saying you respect my openings, that you have to prepare for them. You know, good first game, dude. I'm scared. I'm willing to admit you intimidated me. That's intimidating. That's pretty scary for the rest of the match. But here you go. Final game of the day. Here we go. Second game. Yeah, see you later, Viper, after this game. Let's see, what is he gonna play? F3. Okay, he's gonna play Knight C3. Sazon spectating is probably thrilled right now and throwing a silent party wherever he is. Let's just respond with principal move D5. Now this could become some kind of Jobava London. Nope, it's Viper. It's not going to become that. Alright, let's play whatever this is. This could become like a Carl Khan, actually. Wait, if he plays D3 here, which is very natural, that's probably what he's going to play. Like, that's... He's got all his pieces in a box. He's got to play something natural. Okay, that's also pretty natural. But now probably D3 happens. No. Just not playing D3. Okay, I'm going to play this like my Carl Khan variation. It's got a very similar structure. I'm gonna hope that my knowledge can carry over somewhat and we can have a complex game where I have a very slight knowledge advantage. I'm just gonna go Queen C7 here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, basically whenever he attacks this bishop, I'm going to trade it. I'm going to have this structure. Now look at this structure, right? So when he plays D3 eventually, look at this structure and with E6, because I'm going to play the move E6. Now, imagine it was a Carl Khan. E4, C6, Knight C3, D5, Knight F3, 2 knights, Bishop G4, and then I take, play E6, D3, and I push the pawns to D3 C5. That is the line I play, and that is, and see, now we have this same structure. We have the Carl Khan 2-knight structure, but his knight kind of ventured over here, and this hasn't taken the knight yet. So there's the knowledge that I'm hoping to use. Let's play Bishop D6. Might develop my knight this way as a method of support. Okay. Sorry, alt tab for a second. Full focus. Let's win this game and tie the match today. We could get the exact same structure now. I would definitely be more familiar with it. There's also the fact that I could maybe take this. That would be pretty spicy. Maybe drop back, but no. I'm gonna go for what I'm familiar with here. The only question is, do I go knight f6 or knight e7? It's a decision made early in the game that will influence the entire rest of the game. I could also defer that decision by maybe playing a6. But then he could actually be trying to play knight h5, so I'm going to want to move the knight now. The question is where? I'm going to spend a lot of time on this. Okay, it may look ugly, but I think knight f6 is the right thing to do. Knight h5 looked too strong to allow. Although honestly, like... still not sure. Rook e1 looks great. Try and threaten this with all the pin, but I think then I might just take it and play bishops versus knights. This bishop actually might be kind of stuck. Kind of went here to take, but what if I don't let it? Okay, we're up a pawn. It's always nice. Well, here we go. Let's convert this. Let's tie this match 3-3. Let's slow down and play some precise moves. Like Queen B3, I think, is pretty precise. Oh, okay. You gonna do that? You actually gonna do that? I actually, yeah. I mean, he might, but it just looks bad. It looks quite bad. All right, do your worst if you want to do it. Okay, let's push him back. Oh, I'm confident. All right, you're gonna have to trade on my terms. Wait, what the heck am I doing? I was looking at attacking the pawn. That's just a free pawn. Oh my god. Oh my god, the game is literally just probably over. But he does get rook b1. Well, I mean, after he boosts the bishop. Yeah, what am I doing? Oh my god, that's just a free pawn, probably. It still looks complicated, but... Dude, that is a free pawn, Superbri. Yeah, I did expect this move to happen eventually. God, I was so tunnel visioned on like, okay, well, gotta attack this weakness and maybe keep this pawn defended. And just that's free. That's free. I can't believe that. But okay, we gotta bounce back, regroup, and calmly convert this game. D3 is always under attack here. Okay, he doesn't have any knight takes g7, I don't think. Yeah, there's no way he has that. It's not going to have bishop h6, because I can just take. Making sure I'm not missing something. This time I am taking the free pawn. Yeah, expected that. Now I could go queen g6 probably. Well, queen g6 was my first instinct, but there's also putting a piece to g5. Then you've got to deal with h4. But no, I can do this because this comes with check. Very important distinction that it comes with check. So that means it's worth calculating. Yeah, so like, if I go here, threaten some trades. Yes, I do see the rook, but obviously I'm not gonna get mated taking a rook. That'd be a miserable way to end the stream today. I'm thinking bishop g5 probably. Because bishop g5, rook d1, queen f5. Just kind of force myself in there with the queen trade. And you can't really dodge it. Like he can, but wouldn't be good for him. And no knight f6 works or anything. Obviously you can take, but then I can just take with something. Yeah. Bishop g5 looks good. I'm going to use my 16 minutes to make sure I don't choke this game away and that this match is actually tied today. I'm not going into tomorrow down 6-0. I'm going into tomorrow with a 3-3 score and a confident black victory. Yeah, that's what I thought. Now just queen f5. Oh, and he just resigns. Didn't even feel like playing it. Yeah, so the key was you had to get rid of the knight when you had the chance. He had to get rid of the knight. Once I got knight a5, yeah, then b4 allows me to just be up the pawn. Apparently taking out c3 is better, but this is just comfortable. Yeah, again, I don't really know how I didn't see that. Oh, let's go. We got one. I mean, then again, like, going into the Carl structure is, like, objectively bad, and I should just play something else, but... I went for the familiarity, and oh, okay, 97 was just better. 90, I couldn't shake this move. And yeah, you have to castle and then play knight g6, okay. Because I was thinking nothing really looked good here, and to be honest, it still doesn't look good. You have to play, like, f5. I mean, I suppose that's fine, I should be brave, but knight f6 doesn't allow that. And then, yeah, I have to be a little passive. I thought this was okay. Well, not here. I was actually going to play this, maybe. I didn't... Okay, just chuck the pawn, I guess. And then e5. And then c4, wow. Yeah, Piper, you waited a bit too long. Things I knew it during the game too. When I castled, I was like, okay, this dude's gotta take the knight. Like, he's gotta take it now. He can't wait any longer. And then when you waited, I was like, wait a minute. Can I just, like, move the knight? You have to just stay composed. You see, Viper, you know what the chess saying is, right? You know it's never the first mistake that kills you, it's the second one. Allowing me to play knight a5 was your first mistake, but then not just going bishop c4 and accepting the bad pawn structure, that was your second mistake. And that's what actually lost you the game, because if you just accept that, take the structure, and just say okay. And yeah, this is what I would have played, but I was thinking about which rook to play to d8 in this position. And yeah, I mean, this is definitely, I'm the one probably pushing here, trying to get something out of this position with this pawn. Like, if you take, it's a pretty scary pawn. But I mean, this is just what you gotta play, because the alternative is just losing a pawn. And I mean, I know you thought you could generate an attack from here, and I guess you kinda can, but you have to take the open file. Okay, yeah. Your last chance to save the game, you had to grab the open file as soon as you could. And if I go b5, you're just playing moves until you offer a queen trade. So basically, your weakness as a chess player is called tilt, I guess. So this is what you had to do. This would have been quite an endgame to play. Passion that goes wrong. We can call it that. Yeah, this would have been very interesting. Like this whole thing. Apparently queen e4 is strong. If I try to push the pawn, you can try to do this. Then I have to go back, and so I kind of can't really find a way forward here. There might not be a way forward. Yeah, rook a1 was your move. That was your moment. In knight h7, I would expected you to play e5 a lot, like a lot of times, or like was preparing for it, and like knight h7 was always the move because it covers g5. So apparently queen g4 immediately is just much better. And rather than going like g5, it wants me to just allow bishop h6 and just go for the immediate forced queen trade. Which I guess now that I'm looking at this, it makes perfect sense. Like just king f7 and just play this position. Yeah, queen g4 first would have been the better order because now I have all... yeah, so all the moves I was thinking about to defend this... Apparently you can just play g6 too, that looks the ugliest. I am surprised you didn't at least play this game. I mean, you didn't even try. You didn't even play like Rook b1. Like, hey, I could go wrong here. I could, like, do this, and then all of a sudden it's not winning. Or, like, I could play passively, and you could, like, oh my god, you're getting some stuff here. Okay, well that kind of hangs everything. Except it doesn't. This is just such a horribly lost position with the pawn that there's just genuinely nothing you can do. It's crazy just how incredibly winning this is. The rook just doesn't have a single way to get in. The rook is just stuck. It's hilarious. And if you go here, I just harass it. So 27. You're just not in the mood to play a worse endgame in classical. Well, you had a great game with white, I had a great game with black. See you tomorrow. I guess we'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, I gotta work on whatever I'm doing with white, because he knows I'll play the same line, so we could just have the same game, except I have to improve. Or maybe I won't play the same thing. I could just accept the Benko, you know? Or the Blumenfeld. Yeah, I think it's about time I end the stream. It was fun. We'll see you tomorrow, same time. Hopefully with no fire alarm, though.